Minister Malcolm has agreed to answer questions, and the time that remains, we have to adjourn this meeting at 1 o'clock. Would anyone who has a question raise his hand? I'm going to take a question from right in front for now and ask the questioner to come up to the microphone and repeat his question. And meanwhile, will other people having questions walk, not run, and seat themselves on the steps here, and we'll take them in turn as much time as we have. We want questions, not speeches. Brief questions, please.
Well, how do you intend to gain possession of this land that you want, and how do you intend to get there?
That's a good question. Number one, we didn't have any trouble getting to America because the white man... By that I mean we weren't pilgrims, we didn't come on the Mayflower, and we didn't come from Europe, and we didn't come of our own volition. We were brought here in chains at the bottom of the slave ship. And since we didn't pay transportation here, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad says that the contribution that the black man made in this country, which amounts to 310 years of slave labor, for which we have never been given a dime or a cent, places a burden upon the American white man today, for which the government should pay. And he said, and for your clarification, because this has been brought up, some people say, well, why should the government do this? If this government can send billions of dollars to communist countries like Poland and Yugoslavia and to neutralist countries in Asia and Africa who have never made any contribution whatsoever to the sum net worth of this economy and country, and at the same time, this government feels that it is too much to set about something real to solve the problem for the slaves who made a greater contribution even than your people did, why the government doesn't even deserve to continue to function as a government.
You mentioned, again just now, land set aside for your people, sir. What land is available that's not already possessed by others?
When you came to this country, the land was inhabited by the Indians, and you didn't have any problem then.
Sir, you seem to interchange the term white liberal with hypocritical politician. I don't believe this is true. I don't believe that our white liberals are in office. They are, by the way, investigated.
Question, please.
I just wondered why you interchange these terms when they're so evidently not interchangeable.
Historically, in America, the white liberal has been the one always supposedly who had the solution to the race problem. An example, the leading white liberal in American history was supposed to be Abraham Lincoln. He's the one who has been dangled in front of our people as a god who brought us out of slavery into the promised land of freedom. Martin Luther King last year was begging President Kennedy to issue another Emancipation Proclamation. If the Emancipation Proclamation of Abraham Lincoln was authentic and produced the result that it was supposed to, and if it had been sincere, it would have gotten results, then Martin Luther King wouldn't have to be begging for another proclamation and emancipation today. Another time, the white liberals supposedly fought the Civil War to free the slaves, and our people are still slaves, still begging for freedom. Some more white liberals came along with the so-called 13th, 14th, 15th, and other amendments to the Constitution, supposedly to solve our problem. The Constitution has been amended, and the problem is still here. 9 white liberals on the Supreme Court bench came up with a desegregation decision in 1954, supposedly to desegregate the schools, and the schools haven't been desegregated yet. Kennedy ran on a platform as a white liberal 3 years ago and said all he had to do was take out his fountain pen and put his name on some paper and our problem would be solved. And it was 3 years in office before he found where his fountain pen was, and the problem isn't solved yet.
I'd recognize this gentleman, please.
Well, I'm a second-generation American, and my people came over in the bottom of ships, and they had second-class citizenship in Europe, and they lived in ghettos and things of this sort, and they got out of them. And how come I have certain attitudes towards Negroes that may be prejudiced? Where did I get these attitudes? If they weren't from the Negro people, none of my people ever owned slaves or anything of this sort. How did I get my prejudices?
If you didn't steal the property, you can be held responsible today for being in possession of stolen goods. The book says that the sins of the fathers will be visited upon the heads of the children, even into the seventh generation. And although there are many whites who came here from Europe after 1865, they fit right into the whole overhaul pattern of exploitation of modern slavery that still exists in this country today. Because it's only a modern form of slavery that our people experience today. And white liberals, again, encourage us to join groups that they've set up that they call the National Association for the Advancement of Some Colored People from Ancient Slavery to Modern Slavery. If I may add, your mention of white immigrants just coming here proves the inability of Negroes to solve this problem by the present course or the past course that they've been taking. Well, it's true. Italians, French, Spanish, and others came here as immigrants, uneducated, poverty-stricken. And their parents were able to open up stores, little stores. They lived in the back, sent their children to school. Their children studied business and came back and expanded the businesses. And most businesses in the white community today are called so-and-so brothers, so-and-so and son, and so forth. This is how you establish what you call the American economy, somewhat speaking on the run. Negroes have been here free since 1865, so-called, have a purchasing power of $20 billion per year, have more education than any group, any minority group on this earth. You can't go in the Negro community anywhere in the Bay Area and find 5 businesses owned by Negroes, so-and-so and son, or so-and-so brothers. The mistake that we made differs from the mistake you didn't make. Your parents solved your problems economically, of their own volition, with their own ingenuity. Our leaders have done nothing to teach us how to go in business. They've done nothing to teach us how to elevate the level of our schools. They've done nothing to teach us how to keep up the standard of our community. It is not the masses of black people who are at fault for this. It's this Negro puppet that the white liberal has set over the Negro community to act as our leader and act as our spokesman, who has failed to show us how to solve our own problems, so we remain crippled and expect to follow the advice of this white liberal who does nothing but continue to exploit us instead of trying to help us solve the problem. Hope I didn't answer you too long.
We have time for only one more question, I'm afraid. And I'd recognize this gentleman.
I'd like to ask Mr. X simply, why cannot a Negro infiltrate the political machine and use power politics to his own end?
If he studied the science of politics, he probably would. Most Negroes don't. They become involved politically from an emotional point of view rather than a scientific point of view. You show me a Negro politician, and I'll show you one who's controlled by the white political machine. And if you show me one who isn't controlled by the white political machine, I'll show you one whom the white political machine has labeled as a racist, an extremist. And Adam Powell is one of the best examples of it. Anyone that they endorse who will do what they want him to do, he's all right. But when you become politically independent in this country, the whites immediately label you as a racist. The reason for this is the only way you can become politically independent of the white political machine is to have the support of the black masses. The only way you can get the support of the black masses is to say how they think and how they feel. And when you begin to speak to the black masses, how they feel and think, then the whites call you a racist, because you have to talk in the context of the intense degree of dissatisfaction that exists in the Negro community. Whites don't want to hear this. They want to be told that the problem is being solved. You're not solving the problem for anybody but a few hand-picked Uncle Tom Negroes who benefit from your token integration. And as long as you deal with them, you're going to be adding more powder to a keg that's inside your house that can blow you higher if it explodes than 1,000,000 megaton bombs. But when you get out here and find how the masses of black people really feel, you're too intelligent to act as you act, if you know how they really feel. And the only black man
What is good, my people? We are live back again with another live broadcast on the forecast. What's going on, my brother MG2? Shouts out to my brother MG2. My brother Oni, what's going on? My brother Bawana, what's going on, y'all? And so I know I'm on here late, and I'm not gonna try to be on here super late myself, you know what I'm saying? But while I had time, I did want to do this because if I was supposed to have the Black History thing yesterday, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna say there's a lot of stuff right now, so I'm busy and I'm trying to get them as much as I can. But we are going to definitely finish it. And I had to come on here just because I had, what I'm saying, time right now, because I've been kind of busy. So at first I was gonna just try, and it'd probably be better off me doing this tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, definitely, Buwana. And maybe I could have did this tomorrow, but I probably wouldn't because I probably have a different energy, and so I still wanted to get this out anyway. And I'm on late because number one, I was enjoying my brother MG2's live earlier, you know what I'm saying? And he's definitely on point. So, you know what I'm saying? And the thing about these lives, you want to at least bring some kind of information and stuff like that. I know my goal was originally to kind of troll y'all and it was supposed to be earlier, but I still came across information and stuff that I wanted to show you anyway. And then my brother Bakari, I didn't know he was going live, so and he had a live with Oni and Bawana in there, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't want to cut him off, I know he said he had to get off, and plus it was storming real hard here. It's probably I might even hear thunder in the background because it's still going, but it's calming down now, so that too. But just so I don't be on here too long, right? Because it's something that I did want to talk about, right? Because first, like I said, I was just gonna show some other stuff, but I was like, I do gotta make it at least educational, and it's certain things that I do want to talk about. Um, but before I do that, it's also some other stuff that I wanted to show y'all too. Um, All right, because speaking of some political stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, now I'm going to be quick, but this ain't what I wanted to talk about because this is going to be like kind of add on to like what I was talking about with the corner stores. But it's like our reaction, you know what I'm saying? And we always talking about like, yo, we be like, yo, I try to educate these people and, you know what I'm saying? Anti-racist. Like, like, why do black people still have the response? It's our response that I'm like sickened by a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But before I do that, I wanted to show y'all this, right? Because I thought this was pretty interesting. Now, if you don't know, right, now Obama told dude Tim Scott he better have a plan to help black people when he was running. And it's crazy because this is the same Obama who, you know what I'm saying, said, oh, well, I can't do anything for black people because it'll piss white people off. You know what I'm saying? This mulatto person here, you know what I'm saying? Not to even bring that up, but whatever.
Republican who may even be sincere in saying, I want us all to live together, doesn't have a plan for how do we.
But the Democrats say that they want to see. This is what I'm saying. They think they two different things. You can't really escape the Democratic plantation and run to the Republican plantation. It's like, I guess we like how, unless you want to vote on how do you like, you know what I'm saying, your racism in your face, straight up to your face, or kind of lie to you in your face and stab you in the back, kind of like, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so and they all agree on let's live together politics.
Doesn't have a plan for how do we address crippling generational poverty that is a consequence of hundreds of years of racism in the society, and we need to do something about that. If that candidate is not willing to acknowledge that, again and again, we've seen discrimination in everything from job getting a job to.
And that's something now. Only if he had said this 12 years ago, maybe it'll mean something. You know what I'm saying? But then he was like, "Yeah, people of color, everybody needs education. Schools in South Carolina is terrible, right?" And now we see today, right, where they're gonna be like, "Let's invest in the school board so we can." Kind of like sway the next generation and get the teachers in there and try to fix the curriculum on a grand scale. But it's like, how do you react to that? It's like as 2023, like at maybe in 24, 33, you know what I'm saying, we'll be like, I'm not surprised anymore. But once we finally get out this state of shock and surprise, you know what I'm saying? Like, now how are we going to respond to said energy? You feel me?
Buying a house to how the criminal justice system operates, and so that somebody who does the exact same offense, the kind of sentencing, the likelihood that they do jail time is going to be different based on their race. If somebody's not
Based on, or he's got to try to sneak it in there.
If somebody's not, they do jail time is going to be different based on their race. If somebody's not proposing, not both acknowledging and proposing elements that say, no, we can't just ignore all that and pretend as if everything's equal and fair.
Now, and mind you, he has a white mom, right? So not for nothing.
Fair. We actually have to walk the walk and not just talk the talk.
Right, you know. I let her even talk.
You heard Obama say that Tim Scott or any Republican needs to be
any black
able
conservative
to address generational poverty that was caused by racism.
And that don't mean by all schools in South Carolina. Let me tell you this, you know what I'm saying? If you go back and watch the debates about when he was asked, what are we going to do about this? Because if you notice in their debates, you know what I'm saying, there's like the question, well, Americans, how are Americans going to face the economy? What are Americans going to do? And then there's always the Negro section of the debate. How are we going to, since that's why they called it the Lincoln Douglas debate, since Abraham Lincoln and them, like, how are we going to handle these Negroes? You know what I'm saying? Now, Lincoln was like, yeah, they subhuman and stuff like this, you know, maybe we should ship them off. But like, you know, if we ain't going to be able to use y'all money to fund what we doing up here in the North, if I can't tax the hell out of your, you know, that's a whole nother story, right? But anyway, so y'all hear what Barack Obama had to say. You know, I let her.
He said they can't just talk the talk. They also got to walk the walk. And I'm like,
he running for president, and Tim Scott is a black conservative. And I know a lot of y'all are fans of some black conservatives out here. And I've had some black conservatives come on to the show. Now, some of them we get passes to, and some of them we don't. It's a slippery slope that we get on here. Let me hurry up.
Walk the walk. And I'm like, but did you do that when you was president?
That's all I want to know. But this is, I was talking about, and this not to be bring that up, but you know, he is a mulatto president, right? So I don't know if we had a first black president yet, but you know, Tim Scott is also gonna fire back, you know what I'm saying? I guess he's the whatchamacallit, the dude that got put in charge of HUD, you know what I'm saying, Ben Carson. I guess he's trying to take out Ben Carson for the coon spot that's allowed in their party. You know what I'm saying? Where you could be the top Negro of the party, and I guess you got to go after the other top Negro that's up there. But it's the same thing with Democrats. It's no different, but let's not act like it's not the same thing. But
I'm not being cynical about Tim Scott individually. I am maybe suggesting that the rhetoric of can't we all get along, and those quotes you made about.
Well, then I feel what you're saying, Oni. But why? So now, why is he saying this now? Then why he's talking to this other black Republican dude? You know what I'm saying? Like, well, what are you gonna do for black people? What the hell did you do for black people? He like, okay, black farmers. He, you know, he cut the crack and whatever down. He didn't raise the opioid drug law up or anything, or get the real drug dealers, you know, the people with the industries, because you know what, they get their money from them, you know what I'm saying, that's their employers, you know, that's why it only really matters if you employing them, you know what I'm saying, in the first place. And I'm not saying that certain elections, like if you got like, yo, should we vote, like let's take a community vote on should we fix the pothole in the street, like, yo, no, I'm against all elections and all votes. No, I'm not saying that, you know what I'm saying. But what I am saying is pay attention to your political surroundings and be aware of that.
And the quotes you made.
Yo, what up, Raw?
about, from my speech in 2004 about there's a United States.
Oh man, let me hurry up because I
has to be
got to talk
undergirded
about what I
with an
want to talk
honest
about.
accounting of our past and our present. And so if a Republican who may even be sincere in saying, I want us all to live together, doesn't have a plan for how do we address crippling generational poverty that is a consequence of hundreds of years of racism in the society, and we need to do something about that.
By the way, Tim Scott's got.
And by the way, I looked up how to say this word. That's in the title: anti-racist pedagogy. I think that's what it was, pedagogy, and it basically means like how can we instill the principles of anti-racism? How can we teach these things? You know what I'm saying? Like it's basically that kind of a term. You can look it up yourself for the exact definition. You know what I'm saying? And here you see we do say we want us all to live together because we want to teach this anti-racism stuff. You know what I'm saying? We do want to teach. Like I don't understand that. Like why? Like we're the only ones that actually need the education on how it works, you know what I'm saying? Because we think that like even that is bad to be like, yo, black only for black people. Every other group does it, like hands down.
About that.
But Tim Scott, whatever his name is, he had, of course he's gonna say something back because that's Obama, you know what I'm saying? And he's kind of low-key boosted them up by even doing this. So I don't know what's going on there, but whatever.
Radio.
He missed a softball moving at slow speed with a big bat. You can't miss this opportunity. And I will tell you, the one thing the far left does not want a black person to be in this country is a conservative. It is possible for America to come.
Now, I just noticed this is the Mark Levine show. I know MG2 knows who Mark Levine is. I'm not sure if y'all have ever listened to Mark Levine. It's pretty interesting. I think he's good at what he does. You know what I'm saying? He's good at their propaganda. You know what I'm saying? I think he's better than like the O'Reilly or Bill O'Reilly or whoever, Hannity dude, you know what I'm saying? But you hear this dude like, oh yeah, this was a big opportunity and this was a big softball, you know what I'm saying? And he's trying to say he missed it. But right now it's crazy because a lot of people is not even feeling, you know what I'm saying, Joe Biden. And they probably would vote for Donald Trump over him right now. And then, they're pushing this black conservative stuff. Like this isn't like some straight up coon energy. Like it ain't an offshoot. It's like no disrespect to nobody. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like, yo, I'm tired of let's say Christianity, so I become a Muslim, you know what I'm saying? Just for an example, right? I'm tired of being a Democrat, so let me become a Republican. It's the same thing, right? Because their talking points are still the same, right? Because it's like all Americans to come together regardless of our skin color. It's still going to be in there, you know what I'm saying? That language, you know what I'm saying? Terminology.
This country is a conservative. It is possible for America is one thing the far left does not want a black person to be in this country is a conservative. It is possible for America to come together, but not because of the color of our skin, but because of the consistency of our value system.
So there you go.
Man, so yo, and I'm not even gonna talk about that anymore, you know what I'm saying, because I want to hurry up because this is not the stuff I even wanted to show, but this stuff I have to show because I talked about this, right? I talked about this white chick who shot the sister through the door, and this is why I tell you to like make sure that you are protected because the one thing that you could say that if you're American that the Second Amendment right, you know what I'm saying, you could be like, yo, I practice I'm an American, you know what I'm saying, that's what we want to do. So if anything, you know what I'm saying, educate yourself on the proper ways to handle the gun laws and all of this stuff because you know what they always said, it's better to be judged by 12 than carried by 6, you feel me? But
today for the very
check it out. This sister, y'all was talking about the sister that got shot through the door because the white bitch was messing with the kids. And this is what she's saying. The white bitch previously bought a gun after the altercation with the sister, and she allegedly took their iPad. I talked about this, and I wanted to show you the update that came out today.
First time. She says she bought the gun because she was scared of her neighbor. Fox 35's Valerie Boy is digging more into those documents.
In the report, Lorenz told deputies that she had had problems with the mom and the children for the last 2 years and thought she was in danger. But prosecutors say Lorenz is the one who is dangerous and say she should be.
Now listen, and when you be like, why? You be like, well, I've had problems, and my lineage has had problems for like, I would say 6,000 years, but let's just say 600 years, right? And I felt like, yo, like, because it's not prejudging, right? To realize the situation that you in is not prejudging. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know what a snake is. A snake is going to be a snake. It might be poisonous. It may not. You know what I'm saying? I know if it bite me, it's going to hurt either way. It may kill me. It may not. Who knows? But I don't want to get bit by a snake, though. You feel me?
Thought she was in danger, but prosecutors say Lorenz is the one who is dangerous and say
Yeah, what up, my brother Maurice Muhammad?
She should be held in jail on no bond.
Good morning, ma'am. What is your name?
Susan Lorenz. 58-year-old Susan Lorenz appears before a judge accused of shooting and killing 35-year-old Ajika Owens, also known as AJ.
Ma'am, you've been charged with manslaughter with a firearm, culpable negligence, 2 counts of assault, and battery.
It all started in this open yard.
She like 32 now. I don't know. I don't know.
It all started in this open yard where children play. The landlord had previously told us he placed a keep off the grass sign on one side of the property so the children would stay away because Lorenz had complained about the noise. According to this arrest report, Lorenz told deputies that she had a headache and the kids were making noise in the yard. She told them they were trespassing and needed to leave. They said they were going to tell their mom. That's when Lorenz says the victim came to her door and started banging on the door while yelling, "I'm going to kill you." Lorenz advised that.
Now, let me tell you, like, when she's saying, telling them to leave, get out of here, you damn N-words, you little pickaninnies, you know what I'm saying? And then they, I'm going to tell my mom you took my iPad and tried to threaten me and talking about you going to kill me or beat me or hit me or something, you know what I'm saying? And now she's talking about, hey, I fear for my life, you know, created by John Adams himself, you know what I'm saying? It's the first thing that America ever did was get some British soldiers off by blaming it on a black man, right? And now after all this time, right, we still like to see like, oh, well, blame it on a black woman here in this case.
On the door while yelling, "I'm going to kill you." Lorenz advised that Owens banged on the door so hard everything started shaking and she thought the door was going to come off. She advised that she panicked and stated to herself, "Oh my God, she's really going to kill me this time." At that time, she fired 1 round from her handgun. She also stated she never intended to hit the victim. She fired the gun and thought she hit really high when she shot. When asked if she was aiming at the door, Lorenz advised that she just fired the gun because she felt like she was in mortal danger. In the report, the suspect told deputies she used a Remington 380. Lorenz advised that she purchased the firearm for protection after an altercation with the victim.
Now, okay, let me.
Ma'am, do you have a job?
Not right now, no.
You mean this white bitch ain't even working? She ain't even got this welfare white bitch here. Ain't even working. Are you serious?
Do you have a job?
Not right now, no.
Okay, when's the last time you worked?
About 2 weeks ago. Lorenz told the judge she lost her job at United Healthcare 2 weeks ago. While she's entitled to bond, prosecutors hope to keep her in jail.
Your Honor, due to the severity of the charges and the surrounding facts and circumstances, the state would be asking the court to have the defendant remain.
I don't think she could get the tears out of her eyes there. You know what I'm saying? That's psychotic behavior. You know, some of them are able to squeeze the tears out. She tried to hit the sad face, but she couldn't get the tears out. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. They should have gave her some salts or something. But, you know, that's all she was missing was the white girl cry. But she's hard to say white girl because they look like old hags. But, like, that what you think they always look like. And then they was the ones that was claiming rape. And then they burned a whole town down for that, right? So.
Asking the court to have the defendant remain on a no bond status.
And the hearing will take place tomorrow at 9 o'clock in the morning. Meanwhile, AJ's family says the mom.
All right, so
mom did not.
Y'all heard 2 months ago. Oh yeah, we got to file her But now I will tell you what they said today about this. And they said, of course, it is state attorney said it's insufficient evidence to file murder charges against, the white bitch. And y'all see her name. But, hey, what are you going to do,
their
right?
solidarity.
Day for the death of an Ocala mother of 4.
The state attorney in Marion County says she is facing 1 count of manslaughter and 1 count of assault for shooting and killing A.J. Owens.
Watch 2 tonight. Gabor Geddes is live in Marion County right now, where people are starting to gather for a rally. Tonight,
AJ's family and their attorneys, along with groups like this one in Ocala, have called for a second-degree murder charge. But the state attorney says there was just not enough evidence to prove murder. And the family says this is not justice, and people who are coming together right now outside of the courthouse are showing their solidarity. It's been nearly a month since an Ocala
Are they holding hands and praying out there? What are they doing? Marching?
It's been nearly a month since an Ocala mother was shot and killed by her neighbor. Now, Marion County State Attorney William Glasson has decided how his office will move forward with their case against Susan Lorenz. The 58-year-old will face 1 count of manslaughter with a firearm and 1 count of assault for the death of A.J. Owens. Investigators say Lorenz shot and killed Owens through a door in early June. One of Owens' 4 children was there when it happened. The mother tried confronting the neighbor for allegedly throwing a skate at her child. Lorenz was arrested on charges of manslaughter.
Now, do you understand she probably died of cancer when she in 10 years? But the point is she should be being punished as she dies of cancer, you know what I'm saying, in 4 years maybe, you know what I'm saying? Because she did take somebody's life, And I know if you try to take somebody's life, hey, America said the death penalty, right? You know what I'm saying? America say, invade. This is the American side of me talking, you know what I'm saying? So I guess you can call me African American right now,
Slaughter with a firearm, culpable negligence, battery, and 2 counts of assault. But Owens' family, attorneys, and Ocala groups have pushed to upgrade the manslaughter charge to murder. In a letter on Monday, the state attorney said there just wasn't enough evidence to file murder.
And what I'm saying is, I don't want this situation to be like, with my family member, and then and then I'm like, what are we gonna do about it? Because now everybody is not really gonna hit home until it hit home for us, and we don't realize every casualty is what I'm saying, it could be any one of us, and that's the part that we not even realizing. And like I said, I would rather see my people be able to come home, you know what I'm saying, and it is what it is. And understanding this, you know what I'm saying, is training yourself to be prepared, because you never know what could happen whenever it could happen. Understanding your surroundings, because it's easy for me to say, oh well, if another black person, you go in the hood or whatever black people want to say about black people, it'd be easy for you to listen. But when I tell you to recognize everything that around you, that even their whole economy is built off your everything, you know what I'm saying, and concentrating that would do different things, and you can make sure that you enforce things if you really wanted to, or else you will never have nationhood, you know what I'm saying. And like I said, I don't want it to happen to me, you know what I'm saying, so that's all I'm trying to say. I know you don't want it to happen to you, so I know we gotta start at some point, right?
In a letter on Monday, the state attorney said there just wasn't enough evidence to file murder. He said in part, the state must prove beyond reasonable doubt that the existence of a depraved mind toward the victim at the time of the killing. Depraved mind requires evidence of hatred, spite, ill will, or evil intent. And
now get this, and I just showed you, she was like, let me get this gun, because she was like, yo, N-words, get off my lawn, took their iPad, threatened to beat up children, threatened to kill them, bought a 380, shot it through the door, you know what I'm saying, like what is this, Boys in the Hood, you know what I'm saying, when the brother shot it through the door, Lawrence Fishburne, she did some Lawrence Fishburne stuff. Maybe you should do that, you know what I'm saying, if they coming in, but anyway, and not of your own people. But he was like, the state must prove beyond and to the exclusion of every reasonable doubt the existence of a depraved mind. Are you kidding me? What is the most depraved mind in the universe? Probably the white bitch, you know what I'm saying? It's a competition, but I think the white bitch is winning. But that's my opinion. And so towards the victim at the time, so of course they had a history, several police out calling. But this is what I'm saying. Like, what do you expect until you make something happen? You know what I'm saying? But then you'd be like, well, now that's a bit extreme. It's not extreme because that's why they even made their court system. It's you making your own. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing, right? It's punishments for things, or else it's, if there's no consequences, then it's going to keep happening, right?
Of the killing. Depraved mind requires evidence of hatred, spite, ill will, or evil intent. And he adds aiming a firearm at the door and shooting it is legally not enough to prove any of those traits. In a video, one of Owen's attorneys, Anthony Thomas, said they are disappointed.
Certainly the family would have wanted to.
Yeah, none of that is enough, you know what I'm saying? Actually killing the sister, you know what I'm saying, is not enough. Because, you know, they fear for their life. I fear for my life every day. If that's what they're saying, then that means if this what they're saying is true, if you fear for your life, you got the right to shoot through your door if somebody coming at you, according to what they say, right? And like I said, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would rather see my family alive anyway. But right, we going by according to their laws. We trying to be upstanding citizens of America, or how whatever class of that may be. You know what I'm saying? We can be with the trickle down effect with capitalism, or whatever class of citizen we want to be. You know what I'm saying? That means if I feel threatened for my life, damn, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, you know, that they're saying that there may be insufficient evidence for, of course, you know what I'm saying, that I could shoot through my door if I'm scared, you know what I'm saying?
Disappointed.
Certainly the family would have wanted something a little more harsh in the form of a murder 2 charge. We are disappointed by this decision. All the evidence.
Yo, at least today Lee Merritt or Ben Crump or whoever the other lawyer is.
All the evidence pointed to a murder 2. At this time, the family will stay vigilant.
He says after the arrest, Owen's son testified that the skate thrown by the neighbor did not hit.
Man, it's gonna take me too long to do this, y'all.
Now you're ready to help people customize and save $652.
But you know what? I'm and every one of these probably have commercials at this point, because only some of them did. Most of them didn't. But you know, I guess they can see that despite what they say, we get big numbers here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know what? I'm gonna finish it, y'all. I don't care. You know what I'm saying?
Hit him, which would have been necessary for a battery charge. He also says another child testified he was not in fear, which is why the second count of assault was left out. Misdemeanor culpable negligence was not filed because the state attorney said in part, there is no evidence to establish that Lorenz knew the child was with Owens when she shot her.
So the reason why they couldn't say that she was endangering, they can't even get her for endangering a kid, even though a kid was standing on the other side of the door that she shot through, was because she didn't know it. Like, wouldn't that be even more endangering the kid? But this is European logic, so who knows? No wonder we running backwards on all the stuff that we do, no matter where you are in the world, by the way. So I don't want anybody to feel excluded if you're a black person.
Attorney said in part, there is no evidence to establish that Lorenz knew the child was with Owens when she shot her. Owens.
All right, so that's the last part that I was going to show, right? And this is another case, right? So case dropped against men, and the correction should be against police. Case dropped against police accused of burning a black woman, Antioch woman, or whatever that means, you know what I'm saying, in the Bay Area. I don't know if I'm saying that right. You know what I'm saying? And they're talking about, you know, all of their history that they have done. You know what I'm saying?
It has haunted her mother ever since. 2 men were, her body was so badly burned, it was impossible to tell how she died. It happened last October, and it has haunted her mother ever since. Two men were
And this is speaking because like they just dropping charges while we talking about dropping charges. And I know this is gonna be way too long, so whatever.
accused of mutilating her body, but now her mother's hopes for justice are all but gone. The case dropped, and it had nothing to do with the evidence or even the case itself. The Contra Costa County District Attorney is dismissing those men's charges because of text messages the police officers who investigated are accused of sending. 40% of the Antioch police force has been accused of sending racist and homophobic text messages, and now countless cases like this one could be compromised. Andrea Nakano talked to Michaela's mother about that heartbreaking setback.
Firefighters fire her down there
is-
because I just don't.
Sandra Sharman deals with the pain of losing her daughter every day. Now she's filled with anger as the DA's.
Now it was like, yo, they got witnesses, they got them on camera dragging a black woman and going to the dumpster, like dragging the dumpster. Got witnesses saying, oh, well, they poured gasoline on her, set her on fire. And these happen to be some cops, you know what I'm saying? And they got video, like, you know how they did to the dude in Chicago, the actor dude that was lying. They got video of these dudes doing the same thing. But, you know, I just wanted to add that just because we were talking about cases that got
His
dropped.
office drops the case against two men accused of burning her daughter's body.
She's gone, but she's not gone forever. She's not. I'm going to see.
This investigation relied heavily on the work of officers associated with the racist text message scandal within the Antioch Police Department.
Decided that as much as we want to.
Yo, can you believe that is a racist text message scandal amongst the police? Oh, my shocking surprise. This is 2023. Can you believe it? It's crazy. Yo, the only way it's gonna work is if you push the button. Now I'm joking, okay? So no, like I'm trying to push a button a different way, right? You know what I'm saying? And maybe the next generation is the button beyond the other button, you know what I'm saying? Because we lost as a people here. We done.
At this time, we can't.
Well, if you're my age or older, then unless you start right now, like, yo, like let me do everything that I can to set up my children. Cause I ain't even gonna say the next generation, because like we even too selfish right now for that. But my children to not have to pay more money to bury me than I leave them. You know what I'm saying? And even teach your children not to give away the property that you do leave them, or the businesses that you don't leave them. You know what I'm saying? All of that comes with the territory. I'm not gonna say you are responsible for the decisions they make, but you are responsible for giving them the information they need to make decisions. You know,
Can't proceed because we just do not have confidence in the prosecution of the case. We believe the integrity of it has been compromised.
Assistant District Attorney and texting scandal.
this is the district attorney, by the way.
Assistant District Boone and Ashton Montalvo bringing Michaela's body.
Let me see. I don't know about something that I wanted to play here. I think I can skip it. Oh yeah, this is what they said happened to her.
In her sister's death, and prosecutors dropped charges against two men accused in the mutilation of her body.
And even though this is whatever, you know what I'm saying, like he's on the Democratic side of the spectrum, but like I don't even like showing them, but like, you know, that you notice that the mainstream news is not going to put in the real information about it. You know what I'm saying? They'll be like, yo, two men, you know what I'm saying? Like they ain't even gonna be like, yo, it was two white cops, or I don't even know how many cops it was, to be honest with you, but cops cops with the charges dropped for setting his sister on fire, with witnesses, video, all that. You know what I'm saying? And you know, they just let him go, right? Because what do you expect, you know?
Background.
Before they wore sheets, they wore overalls, you know what I'm saying? And now they wear uniforms and suits and all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
On the cause of death, medical examiner determined that Sharman died of fentanyl overdose, noting that her family had attended all of the court dates in her sister's death, including the preliminary hearing where a judge determined if prosecutors have sufficient evidence to make a defendant stand trial and be.
No, she's trying to say that she had a fentanyl overdose. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if they made her take fentanyl, or you know what I'm saying, or what the case may be. Even if what they say, because it may be just made up anyway. You know what I'm saying? What they said that she died from. But even so, like, even if you say that, like, what do you force it in her or something? Like, but okay, let me hurry up,
ABC News with
because
the
this is
reporting.
important.
Nicole Eason said that during court testimony, Ashton Montalvo and D'Angelo Boone were accused of dumping her sister's body in a dumpster they grabbed from a nearby.
Ashton and Nicole Easton, a white bitch, and Ashton and D'Angelo. He may or may not be, D'Angelo. He may be a brother. Damn, it might be. I don't know.
Building after she overdosed at an abandoned apartment in Antioch, city of roughly 114,000. It's northeast San Francisco. The men were captured on security cameras borrowing a dolly from a 7-Eleven, pushing the dumpster 4 blocks to a paved trail where witnesses from a nearby homeless encampment saw them allegedly pour lighter fluid into the dumpster and set Charman's body on fire, Eason said. Roughly a week later, after her family reported the 25-year-old is missing, Eason said authorities confirmed her death. Now, after Charman's family reported the 25-year-old missing, the victim's mother said authorities confirmed her death. She compared the events to labor pains. Charman's family blasted, calling the move unacceptable, telling NBC News that her family was devastated after learning the detective who helped solve the case was.
Okay, we can stop here, right? Because Raw, tell them the answer that is the only answer, you know what I'm saying, that is ever going to be. But, you don't have to. But this is, and by I'm not going to play it. It's like a minute. This one's too long. But yeah, this is same police department, you know what I'm saying, just 2 months ago got, you know what I'm saying, caught up in a racist text scandal and all of that.
It is an interview you will only see on CBS.
But we can only focus on one at a time. Let's forget about the Irish police and the Italian police and the Irish mobs and the Italian mobs and the shyster mobs and the everything. And the thing is, the black mob was like excoriate. Like they kill other black people. They didn't really have this code with the black community as a whole. You know what I'm saying? And it didn't stretch out the way that it was supposed to. Like they was able to run numbers and make they say they got Kennedy in, right? How they do that? Because they get their people in certain positions. You know what I'm saying? They the real spooks who sat by the door. We the spooks who go to class and get educated. You know what I'm saying? Meaning we get turned into African Americans to get a coon chip put into our heads.
About the federal lawsuit just filed, accusing the city and police of civil rights violations. And it is the latest twist in an investigation that unearthed a trove of racist and homophobic text messages and some unsettling allegations that officers were congratulating each other for beating up suspects during arrests. The FBI discovered the text during a wider misconduct probe into the Antioch and Pittsburgh police departments. A federal grand jury is weighing charges that officers distributed cocaine and steroids and accepted bribes. This is having a major impact on the force and could taint.
Now, I would say this would be like if I wouldn't have heard of like Ida B. Wells, right? You know what I'm saying? Like 200 years ago, say this, right? And like other black people 200 years ago say this. This would be good news here, you know what I'm saying? Like, or like good information, like, oh, we need to know this, like that this is happening, right? As if this isn't the par for course. What I don't understand is like, this is the people that you guys say that you have to teach what is racism, what is not racism. You know what I'm saying? Whole time, you the only one that gotta learn what the hell racism is, you know what I'm saying? Because y'all like they would say, yo, well, you racist because such and such, Well, maybe you should learn what that is, right? Because all right, because this is going to transition to us to the thing I want to talk about. Then I'm gonna get off of here because I'm gonna go through that kind of quick, right? All right. So Y'all know y'all seen this, right? The Georgia Police Department, because we know people that live in Georgia, right? And y'all, we see they under fire for using black men as targets. But if I was to tell you, all right, you could use the corner store dude as target, you could use the police as, oh, I better not say that, right? Because they're gonna take my channel away. You know what I'm saying? They'll let y'all tell it, right? But maybe they won't because they listening to everything we say. But I'm learning how to use that to my advantage. You know what I'm saying? It's like when they follow you in the grocery store or something, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll be like, yo, where is the ketchup? You know what I'm saying? What aisle is the such and such on? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you gonna work for this following me stuff. You know what I'm saying? You gonna help too. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I like to do. You know what I'm saying? But this is the Georgia Police Department under fire for using black images as targets, you know what I'm saying? And I want you to practice gun safety, you know what I'm saying? Learning how to point that thing the right way, you know what I'm saying? Instead of going to a graduation or something and shooting up a bunch of people or shooting up a young brother and his dad, you know what I'm saying? Like, why don't you point it to the one who got you in the situation in the first place? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we gonna do? And you won't do it. You know why?
Under
Because
fire.
they'll kill your ass. And maybe if they knew that you would do the same, maybe they would stop. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way the world works. You know what I'm saying? Like a cat knows that my dog is going to chase it and probably bite it and kill it. So it runs away.
Department in Georgia under fire after a viral post left many outraged. The video shows white people using an image of a black man for target practice. The police department.
Whatever I need, I'll be like, yo, where the ketchup, where the cotton candy, you know what I'm saying? Where the sugar at, you know what I'm saying? I know. Where's the protein and whatever healthy stuff that I'm supposed to be eating, you know what I'm saying? Where's the chicken breast at? Oh yeah, if they following you, like use that, even use that, you know what I'm saying? Like, ask them a question,
For the town of Villarica posted the pictures from its training course on social media over the weekend, and the backlash was swift. The post got more than 500 comments and had more than 400 shares. Most of the people finding the
And
image.
and this is regular white citizens now, fake or not, like regular people is watching TV and then they getting these ideas in their heads. And I don't know where the hell y'all be living at, because if y'all go to the surrounding counties, if you live in America, you go to the surrounding counties, you're gonna see a bunch of redneck hillbillies, you know what I'm saying? Everywhere you go in America, I don't care where you are. You go to the country part of New York, because there is like not, well, it's not country, it's just not city, you know what I'm saying? It's rednecks, you know what I'm saying? Or peckerwoods, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the correct term is.
Most of the people finding the images offensive.
You put this image up and we're being shot at.
It was immediately
Ain't that
clear to
something?
me that the selection of these images used in this training was offensive.
Perception of it looks like we have people just shooting at black guys, and that's not at all what it was.
The chief of the police department says he is now ordering the offensive images taken down.
Like, yeah, right, man. When you see the nigger, you just, that's how he was training her. Keep two hands on that trigger now. Keep two hands on that gun, and you only pointed at the nigger now. But you tell me I'm racist if I tell you to do the same, and I don't care who they is. You know what I'm saying?
The city has hired an independent firm to investigate.
All right. And so, who you think that firm is? By the way, I'm gonna let you hear the police. Because this is going to lead us into this, you know what I'm saying, anti-racism stuff. Because, as a black community, we got to let the police know and educate them on how to treat us and what we think would be fair for us. Let us have a say in the Negro question when it comes to their debates. You know what I'm saying? Let us have this say, or whatever the hell that we think is going to ever happen. But you know what? Until you got something to leverage, you know what I'm saying, then even that won't work, right? And once you realize you have something to leverage, you wouldn't even need to do that. So that's kind of a conundrum. But it won't work until you realize that you have something to leverage and then you leverage it, right? To be like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, dude, let me get one of those things so I can push the button myself. I'm gonna hit one of those bombers, like sneak that in, but.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Russ Spencer.
I'm Courtney Bryant. The images posted to the department's Facebook page have caused outrage in the community.
Fox 5's Eric Perry is at the live desk tonight. Eric, you sat down with the chief. What did he have to say?
Yeah, Russ, Courtney, good evening.
See what the NAACP got to
He's
say
not
here.
excusing the photo because he knows what it looks like. In a statement, the mayor of Villa Rica says he's embarrassed.
Perception is reality.
Villa Rica police chief.
By the way, what is he, like East Indian or Arab? Or y'all better than me with this phenotype stuff. I know he ain't black. You know what I'm saying? If you ask me, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't black, you're whatever the hell you are. You're a mulatto or you white. Or I would say Neanderthal or Denisovan or a mulatto. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. But y'all call me racist while they shooting at black targets and stuff. You know, that's the funny part.
Chief Michael Mansour apologizes after the department posted these images to its Facebook page.
Although nothing was intended by posting these pictures or this video that depicted an African-American male on the target, that people can take it as being racial or discriminatory.
Outrage online as these photos surfaced after police hosted a ladies' defense training class over the weekend.
If you notice, they show SQT on them, which means state qualifying targets. These are the targets that we use to qualify officers.
The chief says these are
We got a Negro male who's 12. We got a Negro male who's 69. We got a Negro female who's 25. We got a mulatto who's 23. We got you know, Arab who's, you know what I'm saying, 53. See, people of color, see? Right. They got a diverse target practice. And you see you got the white bitch there, but yeah, come on.
Targets used
They gotta put white bitches in health commercials for black dudes for us to watch it.
Across the state for exams for officers. He knows this could create distrust with minorities he is sworn to protect and serve.
They're upset. They're in disbelief. They feel disrespected. They feel that they are not seen or heard.
Carroll County NAACP President Dominique Conte says the images were tone deaf.
I don't think you should be having any.
Now, the thing is, right, I wonder if a mongoose, right, teaches a mongoose to have a diversity of things that as its enemy, you know what I'm saying, the things that it may have to strike or do whatever, or if it teaches them, or if they know innately, because they probably know innately, because I can't fathom that. I'm a black man, you know what I'm saying, so, but I wonder if they teach it, you know what I'm saying? Well, the snake is my enemy, so I may want to do things to be able to protect myself from this snake and be within this mongoose community, you know what I'm saying? And I know it's different kinds of mongooses, you know what I'm saying? I can't name them all, you know what I'm saying? But I haven't done my research enough on that topic. But I'm pretty sure it's different kinds of that kind of species, right? But they know who their damn enemy is.
Human being as a target, okay? Whether they're black, white, Asian, what have you. It honestly destroys the relationship that they claim that they're trying to build.
She wants the police chief to meet with minority leaders to make sure nothing like this ever happens again.
Yeah, so it wasn't black, white, Asian, or any of that. You know what I'm saying? Now, let me hurry up and go through what I wanted to talk about, right? Because I did say, you know, once you realize that who you are, you know what I'm saying, then you won't even have to worry about any of that, you know? But the problem is like, how do you react? It's certain things that you can qualify and certain things that you can do, right? You know, like, hey, where do you spend your money? You know what I'm saying? Like, because we was talking a couple days ago about the corner stores and the Arabs and the Chinks and whatever else, you know what I'm saying? The East Indians and all of them who own these stores. And if y'all still calling me racist after that first part, I don't know what to tell you. You know what I'm saying? Because maybe you need to get with the times, you know what I'm saying? Like get with the Stone Ages, because they was doing this to us back during the Stone Ages, right? But when it comes to like where we spend our dollars, but the problem is like, it's like, how would we react like when it even happens to us in the store that we're in, right? Are we still gonna like spend our money and however much money that we have? right? And I'm gonna show you a few instances, you know what I'm saying, like, because our reaction, and then we sit there and wonder why, because we sit there and gotta explain ourselves. And this is the majority of black people. I don't care what you're talking about. You get out there and talk to people, you're doing some explaining. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people is doing something. I can't believe this is happening to me. Let me get out my phone and record this, or talk about this, or get the community rally, or people of color, you know what I'm saying, to come defend it, because we sick in the head, bro. We're trying to be something that we're not, you know what I'm saying? And the word is, I forgot how you say the word. I'm gonna have to look it up again, but it means we're being taught to be this way, you know what I'm saying? This anti-racist. Like, who the hell says that? You know what I'm saying? But let's see what we do when we get accused in their stores. You know what I'm saying? Do we say, hey, let's keep our money in our pockets? Well, I know that this damn store and this store is paying you, number one. So I'm not going to go here to help my money go to your paycheck. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to encourage as many people not to go. Or are we going to sit there and just debate and argue with them and say, hey, you know, I'm a human, and, you know what I'm saying, pull out my I am a human t-shirt on, or as my brother say, MD2 is like, you know what I'm saying, I am a human that accepts LBGT and, you know what I'm saying, white bitches and shysters and people of color, or I'm a conservative and I accept the Peckerwoods and the rednecks, and I'm a white conservative and a white nationalist, because the white nationalist wants to preserve what is America. You know what I'm saying? There's a system that is there to protect them, even though they go against, that's on them. You know what I'm saying? We go against our own system so much that we can't even make one, right? You know, so their problem is on them. Even if they go against their own system, it's still designed to protect them. You know what I'm saying? And they have institutions that is built for them, which is a lesson that you have to learn. See, we try to teach everybody how to be anti-racist, you know what I'm saying? When we the only damn ones that need some damn lessons, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Yeah, no. It's 2023. I can't believe this is going on. And the thing is, y'all think y'all don't sound this way, but y'all really do. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all really do. That's why I'd be like, even joke about pushing the button, because sometimes I'd be like, damn, that's the only hope that we got. You know what I'm saying? But I believe this is another form of pushing the button. There's another way the button could be pushed without, you know what I'm saying, making it even for everybody. Oh man. Every Negro that comes in here, we call the police. You're not special, Negro. I tell you, and I know that these stores, they watch you when you get out the car. You know what I'm saying? The cameras that's in the parking lot, they got them. They watch you when you get out the car. It's true. They do. But you know what? They are able to afford those cameras that watch you because you getting out your car going to the store. You know what I'm saying? He damn sure paid his money. Why we were like, they thought we were black. Why would anybody, you know what I'm saying, have a thing against black people? Right? What is the issue here? I'm surprised somebody has something against. Why would we be profiled? You know what I'm saying? Especially, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if any of y'all like had to be like, yo, well, you're a black man driving a nice car. You better be whatever. You know what I'm saying? My mom told me that because she's concerned. You know what I'm saying? Like, she knows no matter what she says, she knows that you gotta have. She knows what DWB means. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure y'all know what DWB means. It's, you heard her. It's all right. She might be an East Indian. I don't know. And he keeping it on the floor because if you put it up, they gonna be like, "Stop recording me." And he gonna have to explain that. He gonna have to start explaining. We do an awful lot of explaining, y'all. We do an awful lot of explaining. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. All right. So you see, this goes on for 5 minutes. Okay. All right. So just because it's late, right? I'm gonna go through this just because it's late. I want you to see this. See, this is the video of it happening, right? And this sister is at a restaurant because I was talking about the Chinese stores. We complain about the stores and all of this stuff. And then instead of saying, well, hey, I see where your true colors is. I'm not going to put my dollar here. Well, we're gonna be like, no, you're gonna let me in and I'm gonna eat this food. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna cook for me, damn it. Like later on that they peeing on the food in the back, you know what I'm saying, or whatever they're doing. I'm telling you, like, I knew somebody who worked at McDonald's. They were like, customers ain't like they let it fall under the oven and pick it back up and put it on the bun and give it to you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I knew somebody who worked at McDonald's, right? And this was a long time ago when I was like, 17. It was like the high school jobs, you know what I'm saying? Not mine, but we don't need help with jokes. We don't need help with dancing and singing. We good though. I'm not going to front on that. We are good. You know, with the Juneteenth celebrations. You know what I'm saying? We gonna be jamming. You know what I'm saying? And I love jamming, just like the rest of y'all. I'm black. You know what I'm saying? But the rest of it, we need severe help with. It's crazy. I knew a sister, and let's just say she was nicely built. You know what I'm saying, woman, right? Who was like in the right places. And I talked to her, and she would just tell me, man, all them white bitches be hating at work. That I be wearing like pantsuits and stuff that you like, that they say that you have to wear in their offices where you covered up. But her proportions was just at the point where they was hating. You know what I'm saying? Like, and she got hated on a daily basis at work. And this is what I'm talking about, the daily environments that we are in. You know what I'm saying? It's not even the crazy things like I was showing before. That's the kind of stuff that get us mad for like a weekend. And the crazy thing is they happen so much that it should be a constant weekend anyway, but it's still not. But these things, like, you know what I'm saying, like, yo, in our works, the fact that we gotta go work in their spaces, you know what I'm saying, forced to do it, you know what I'm saying, or if they control water, you know what I'm saying? You better not drink no damn water or you might get shot in the back if you don't pay for it, right? I don't care if you're 14 or what. Yeah, she was nicely built. What can I say, Oni? Well, they not built like teenage boys. Right? I understand European culture. They are kind of like I'm not joking. Maybe it's me here. Maybe this is racist or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of white girls is built like teenage boys that they like. You know what I'm saying? If you go look up the ones that they like built like teenage boys, like super skinny, don't have anything. And they do be hating on the sisters because let's be honest, you know what I'm saying? Like, they had laws against black women being able to have soap, literally. And them white dudes was still choosing them over white bitches, you know what I'm saying? And they was jealous about that, you know what I'm saying? And let's be real, we know who be nicely built, you know what I'm saying? And they be hating that, and they make rules against that. I don't know if they showed his face already. Here we go. Here his face. This may have been because I know y'all be like, well, I think he's probably East Indian, you know what I'm saying? Because I know some people say what about them, but this look like another mulatto class if you ask me. Sir, it is right there. Thank you. I can't do it that good. You get out of here right now. Yeah, then with the wave, you know how they be trying to wave y'all. Hey, I don't want to disturb these white people here to cuss you out, the Nord. So just get scoot, get. Y'all, now this dude sit here and address everybody, ladies and gentlemen of everybody in here. Now, get this. This happened like recently, all right? And this is what I'm saying. I'm sick of this. I'm tired of us with this nonsense, man. And I'm not even blaming now because we apparently it was the Moors and went around civilizing everybody, teaching them like it was in the dark age. Let's save them. What the f is wrong with you? Crazy, man. They had this thing where they was like, I don't care if you're German, French, any of this. Like, yo, we gonna unify under this whiteness. They may argue white on white crime has been a longest history of violence ever. And we sit there and be like, yo, hey, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, this is 2023 and racism is still happening. And we feel like we gotta educate everybody sitting there. Instead of educating ourselves, like, damn, it is 6,000 years and racism is happening. Maybe I should do something. Crazy. Oh man, my screen not sharing. I missed the last two ones probably, didn't I? My bad, MG2. Thank you, MG2. Oh man, that probably messed me up, right? So this was the first one with the one that was still in.
Sure, but because he asked the woman to repay.
I don't care. I mean, if there's people
That probably
that
sound crazy when I wasn't sharing the screen.
Okay, usually means that someone.
So that was the bad one that I was talking about, And this is the people at the restaurant. And I'm glad you said that because I want to let you hear him address the audience of racism in 2023.
Are you the manager here? I'm just asking. Are you the manager here?
Really? She was like, oh my God.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, just so we know what's going on, I don't want to alarm anyone. We're being asked to.
Oh, let me run it back. Okay. This was the dude here. This was the East Indian dude or whoever.
Mm-hmm. Sure, it is right there, the dress code. Okay?
Sir, I think it's right there.
Can't wear shorts, but there's people in here with shorts on. Now we doing this. Yeah, Dominique say, because I have an ass. Hold on, Dominique. Hold on. We're going to wait till Fran come out. Because Fran got shorts on. Fran got shorts on. Oh, God forbid. Oh.
That's the teenage built white bitch here that is allowed to dine in this nice restaurant that we would be offended. It's probably disgusting anyway. You know what I'm saying? They had to get you to breastfeed their own children because they was in dark ages before that. But, hey, we will overcome outside a restaurant till we can eat there, right?
Free got shorts on. No issues, no problems. So what's your name? Excuse me, sir, what's your name?
Oh yeah, here go the shoe, y'all.
Is it? What's your name? Is that how you treat all your customers? Do you not give them your name? Are you the manager here?
The shoot. I know a lot of Asians do that shoot thing, and like I'm not gonna say N word because so many good white customer here, but get out of here N word. I know y'all seen that shoot.
Do you not give them your name? Are you the manager here? I'm just asking. Are you the manager here?
Really? She was like, oh my God, Stephanie.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, just so we know what's going on, I don't want to alarm anyone. We're being asked to leave because my friend has shorts on. I have shorts on.
All the white people like, what the? Because this N word talking about. Damn it, it's not 1842, so we can do what we're supposed to do.
They have shorts on, but there's no issue here. You guys aren't going viral. This place will be. So I sincerely apologize about that because this is happening, okay? So, sir, can I get your name before we leave? Is that a no? We've been asked to leave because we have shorts.
Yeah, white man, what are you doing in word? And she said, what is happening? I'm translating for you.
Is that a no? We've been asked to leave because we have shorts on.
What the hell are you talking about in the word?
Yeah. Everyone's thighs are out today, but apparently this is a problem for them. This is just too
It was
much.
probably like 96 degrees. Like, this was just like, I know it's hot as hell here, you know what I'm saying? Until it started storming. That's probably why it's storming now.
It's over the top. So that's the issue we're having.
All right. And like I said, this is like a long time of this, you know what I'm saying? Going on and on, right? Fighting to be a part, you know what I'm saying, to spend money, and that I can't believe this is happening. So I showed it. I don't have to. Oh yeah. They probably said some let me see what they were saying.
Can see it right there.
Because you know,
They felt they were
I'll let y'all guess what they said, you know what I'm saying?
casual attire required.
They say my friend Dominique can't wear shorts.
As they exited the restaurant, they say
And throws it like it was trash that's supposed to come out tomorrow. For them to be held accountable I think is hugely important, just based off, it's not even about, for me, it's just based off who they are as an organization, in my personal opinion.
In a statement, Babouche says, in part, we fully condemn the actions of this staff. Want to extend our deepest apology.
The manager has been fired, so
Do better.
Allegedly the manager has been fired. So if anything, I just want Black people to stop being singled out in every situation.
And tonight, Nicole.
Well, you want to be singled out by your own and given the benefit of the doubt and the, you know what I'm saying, the privilege, as they would say. But this is a dream, sister. You know what I'm saying? Because you are like you are, you know what I'm saying? They got a problem with that. And this was also a sister here that I wanted to play, you know what I'm saying? I don't really like to play her videos or like other people's videos, but you know, this was the only place I could get this. You know?
Last night, my friend Kendra and I, we were right next door to this place, had an amazing time, but I know your name.
All right, you know what? So I can skip this one, right? So that one, and I want you to understand, right? When she was saying this, she was going to the restaurant, you know what I'm saying, and spending her money, but they called her Darky. Her name is Darlene, but they called her Darky, you know what I'm saying, in the thing. And, you know, she was highly offended and upset about it, you know what I'm saying? And she asked for her money back, but they denied her money back, you know what I'm saying? But this is what I'm saying. Like, yeah, like when you go into their thing, you got to expect that they're going to take that money and take it back to their culture. Because this expands farther than the corner stores and all of that stuff. It expands to how we use our dollars every day. We could be like Subway, you know what I'm saying? You don't got to be like everything. You could be like one business, you know what I'm saying? Papa John's, you know what I'm saying? No more Papa John's for any Black person or whatever it may be. If they keep it up, that's their business, you know what I'm saying? But our dollars ain't going towards it. And instead you replace it. Anytime you take something out, you try to replace it with something healthy. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever a Black thing is in your city or whatever. Or help that make it made.
I threw it in the trash. It's just,
Night, I'm Russ Spencer.
I'm cooler on the recent. We are hearing.
What does that say?
It said Darky.
Darky?
Radio personality and singer Darlene at Woody's Cheesesteaks in Buckhead.
When they took the order, he asked me my name, and I said Darlene. And he typed in Darky, and I noticed it. when I was paying for it because the name came up on the screen. And I said, wait a minute. I said, my name is Darlene. He says, oh, yeah, I heard you. I said, but you have dark.
Refused to offer a refund.
I said, sir, all I asked you was to be a little bit more sensitive to this. You can't call black people darky.
First and foremost.
And she was like, I would have forgave you had you just been a little bit more sensitive. I would have forgiven you. In fact, I will still forgive you if you be a little bit more sensitive.
Call black people darky.
First and foremost, you know, from the bottom of my heart, I'm so sorry to Miss Darlene and the experience that she had today, because it's not what we're about at Woody's. We're about inclusivity. We're about diversity. We're about respect for everybody.
Now, and the thing is, somebody in the other video pointed it out, you know what I'm saying? He did not fire the dude, you know what I'm saying? He made excuses for him, said, oh, well, you know, it was just whatever. But the one thing he did not do was fire that dude, you know what I'm saying? So for whatever he says, you know. But like I said, I don't want to put their business out here, but something similar happened to this sister, and look, watch what she does in her response. And I'm gonna hurry up. I gotta get off here soon.
What my last table, what just happened. So these like group of teenage boys come in. They're like a little bit rude, whatever. I go about my shift, just like serving them, giving them what they want, and I check them out. And I'm used to like tips from teenagers, but this is what they left me. I'm gonna cover up the name, but you see what that says? Gratuity Black. So I'm very confused, and then I look around, and the kids are sitting outside just chilling, eating ice cream. So you know what I did? I went out there. Hey guys, I just want a little bit of clarification. What does this mean?
I don't know.
You don't know what black means?
I do.
Okay, so what did you mean whenever you wrote it on the gratuity?
I'm talking about me.
Okay, so you're black, therefore you don't have to tip? Is that what that means?
Oh, I know that it means not tip. I'll tip you.
It's fine. I just wanted to know why you wrote that on your check.
That was for me, but I'll tip you if you ever.
No, I don't care if you tip.
Oh, you see how he was ready to give up that money and stuff like, well, you know, yeah. But, you know, of course. So I could skip this one, right? Y'all seen this dude. I don't even want to talk about, because they kind of putting his business out there, and because people keep talking about this dude. And I wanted to bring something different, because we ain't talking about that submarine. It's funny, yo. That was hilarious, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't talking about the submarine stuff, right? So this was just another business. And of course, we can't forget the black kids. Remember the parades, but this is Chuck E. Cheese, where I even had a birthday party at Chuck E. Cheese when I was a kid. But like, look at this, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't even realize it, but it's true.
Great to be here with you to celebrate these
Happy
amazing birthday stars. Now, for those of you who don't know, when you celebrate your birthday at Chuck E. Cheese's, you are the star of the show. In fact, on the count of 3, let's all wish these stars.
Now, she's looking for a lawyer to discuss options about a potential suit. But what is the most powerful thing that we could do? You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm never going to a Chuck E. Cheese. I'm going to tell everybody stop going to Chuck E. Cheese. You know, like the Arabs got a store like in my city, right? And I'm like, yo, I know a lot of people go there. And, you know, I went there before, you know what I'm saying? Especially, you know, like somebody, give me the money, like, yo, you do me a favor, go. I'm like, all right, I got you, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, do not spend your money in there. They're robbing you blind, giving you some nasty stuff, you know? And your options are you have the power. Once you realize the power that you even have that right now, even if you don't think you have the power not to be like, well, this particular business, no more. You know what I'm saying? Target, see how they be like, yo, Target, but like, you know what I'm saying? Pick one, you know what I'm saying? And then pick one to support. All it takes is just one without altering your daily life. You know what I'm saying? You can still eat all the pork chops and pork and beans or whatever the hell we eat, chillins and hog maw that we eat. We can do all of that stuff. Just pick one. Start at the basics, you know what I'm saying? Until we get any kind of discipline, you know what I'm saying? Let you see this kid get discriminated against.
A great big happy birthday! 1, 2, 3! Happy birthday!
All right, so there you have it, you know. The corporate office is deeply saddened and thank the family for their money, or whatever it said. All right, so let me show you the response by Black people to all of this that I was just showing you. And I'm pretty sure y'all can guess. I ain't even got to play much, but right, that's what I'm saying. There's no use of complaining about it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. That's their policies. Like, you know what? Forget it. If I know that you're gonna be spitting in my food, I'm not gonna be like, hold a sign outside your restaurant to be like, hey, let me in with my shorts on or my, you know what I'm saying, Malcolm X t-shirt on, you know what I'm saying? Let me in so I can get one of the burgers that you pee on, you know what I'm saying? Because last I checked, hey, Black people is pretty good at cooking too. That's another thing that we don't need help with, even though maybe the kind of stuff we put in our food we need help with, but that's another topic.
Prohibits the actions of Carmine. It says it's illegal.
I just want you to see Black people's action.
I'm disgusted by the narrative that Carmine has
no
made.
Justice, no peace.
Now everyone today,
or all peace, no justice. You know what I'm saying?
in their new press release, had a vaccination card. Remember, these Black women, these professionals, the doctor who worked on Capitol Hill of this nation was called a moron. Why we are out
to be racist, to throw us in prison. That there's no way that the white employee could be wrong. And they arrested and assaulted Black.
I can't believe this is, what year is this? 2022. 2022, isn't this racism? Can't believe this is going on. All right, let me hurry up, y'all. My bad for being so late. Now, this is the part that I'm gonna troll y'all on right before I get out of here. This is what I wanted to troll y'all with, because I do want you to understand something else too. Like, you know what I'm saying, how it works protecting your culture. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm gonna get out of here after I give you your daily white bitch detox. You know what I'm saying? So what is Egypt hiding? You know what I'm saying? So Egypt banned Dutch archaeologists over exhibiting Beyonce and Rihanna to Queen Nefertiti. Now, the thing is about protecting your culture, because we the only group that'll let everybody in. You know, Barack Obama is the first Black president. You know, well, he's the second. Bill Clinton is the first Black president, right? He got invited to the cookout and all of that. But Barack Obama is the first Black president. But because we don't know how to protect our culture, do we? You know what I'm saying? So maybe you should make some ground rules right now. But anyway, let's see what they're saying, you know.
Egypt is on the news again. This country is really working hard to get known for all of the wrong reasons. Egypt bans a Dutch museum from making archaeological excavations in Egypt because this Dutch museum has featured Beyonce playing Nefertiti, Rihanna playing Nefertiti, and Nas playing Tutankhamun and the like. Egypt accused.
Shouts out to Nasty Nas, you know what I'm saying? Not the artist, but Nasty Nas. But yeah, they're mad that they're playing, you know what I'm saying, Egyptian kings and queens, that these Negroes will have the audacity. Because, you know what I'm saying, we was the dinosaurs of, after all.
Playing Tutankhamun and the like. Egypt accuses the museum of supporting Afrocentric views and distorting Egyptian identity. The Dutch museum.
Then they just run Kevin Hart up out of there, and then they was pissed about Jada Pinkett and her movie or whatever, the Black Cleopatra movie. They was talking about, hey, we need to kill anybody coming, or this Arab girl. This is chick talking, you know what I'm saying? The Black woman will probably smack out of her, you know what I'm saying? But she was sitting there talking, this mulatto girl, you know what I'm saying? This West, or what is it, East Mexican? No, yeah, West Mexican. Oh, no, East Mexican, I think. Yeah, East Mexican.
Museum has condemned this banning, and the Dutch museum has also reported that they have got attacked by trolls. What are my thoughts on this? The idea that
Yo, and it's crazy because it's pissing me off, right? That people, and I don't know why, you know what I'm saying? People is like blocking what they're saying. They be like unalived and stuff like that. I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's just me, and maybe I should learn a lesson from that. Maybe I'm wrong, but you know what I'm saying? They blank out racists. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, the shysters, Jews, like say like, oh, I dare not say that, but you could be like N-word, 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 N-word. Black women is black bees. You know what I'm saying? Black men is Pookie and Ray Ray's N-word, N-word, N-word. But oh Lord, let me not say nothing about the shysters. You know what I'm saying? Oh, they might take my channel. You know what I'm saying? Let me not say this trigger word, N-word, N-word. Oh, excuse me around this trigger word, N-word. Like, what the hell? Well, maybe you should build your own. So I'm being just like them. You know what I'm saying? I can't say nothing until I built my own.
Modern nation that we
I'm saying no justice, no peace. You know what I'm saying?
call Egypt can claim and have proprietary right to historical clothing and historical figures is about as far-right ultra-nationalist as it gets. Let's look at human nature. Why this defensive behavior? A human being doesn't behave this defensively like Egypt does if they have nothing to hide. If it wouldn't be true.
No, or you could say that Homo sapiens don't act this way, but everybody else do. That's what we don't learn. That's why we need the damn education. We don't need to teach nobody else about anti-racism. You know what I'm saying? Have a pedagogy of anti-racism. You know what I'm saying? We the ones that need to be taking courses on how to protect ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
Human being doesn't behave this defensively like Egypt does if they have nothing to hide. If it wouldn't be true that ancient Egypt was black African, why all of this drama? When Europeans played Pharaoh and Cleopatra, not a word from Egypt because they know it's not true. But when African people and melanated people play ancient Egyptian or Kemetic characters, Egypt acts more defensively than any nation we have seen so far. Are they hiding something?
Egyptians said stop playing with them. Egypt is not Africa. They said they don't know what you guys are looking at. Egypt is definitely not Africa according to them.
Y'all heard the Arab news. Egypt is not Africa. Hell y'all talking about?
The Dutch people responded and said, what in the Helen Keller is going on? If you need the translation in Braille, I got you because Egypt is definitely in Africa.
Everybody in the New Netherlands invited to the cookout. The Dutchman said something now. The white saviors and stepped up for us.
And matter of fact, this accusation of falsifying history is inappropriate. The exhibition has been made with great care. As scientists, you don't accuse each other like this. I want the qualification to be withdrawn. And the Dutch are really doubling down. They're like, we're not altering crap at this exhibit. Matter of fact, one of you guys need to come see it and have a discussion because this.
Yo, what do they eat in New Amsterdam, man? We need to have that at the next barbecue, according to y'all.
Nothing wrong with the exhibit at all. But the story didn't even start there because the Dutch were already in hot water with the Egyptians for saying this. Bottom line, Egypt has a huge battle on their.
They said, before we get in, the Dutch Museum said Tuckernahan was black. And I'm probably saying it wrong. Hey, I've been colonized by the British. What you want me to do? Right? But, you know, white on mulatto crime, because the mulatto's like, hey, you better respect us and accept us. You know what I'm saying? We see what side of the, you know what I'm saying, species they chose. They chose the Neanderthal side of the species and not the Homo sapien side. You know what I'm saying?
Order with the Egyptians for saying this. Bottom line, Egypt has a huge battle on their hands if they keep trying to claim that their people look like this and nothing like this.
So recently there was a little bit of a Cleopatra documentary, right? Egyptians were not very pleased with that documentary.
Yeah, they was talking about killing people with the Afrocentric kind of thing because that's their number one goal, the destruction of Afrocentric. But what do you think everybody's goal is in the world? You know what I'm saying? Only one species of thing in the universe that I've seen so far is not worry about survival, and not only survival, but thriving, you know what I'm saying, and reproducing and making your net. Everything in the universe does what it can to survive and to live, you know what I'm saying, not to be eaten by something, not be broken or destroyed by something. Only one species I've seen try to hold hands. I've seen tigers, you know what I'm saying, be trained and, you know what I'm saying, lick them in the face, but then I've seen them remember they're a tiger and then bite their face off, you know what I'm saying, or do whatever they did to them, you know what I'm saying.
at all because Cleopatra was played by a black woman, right? I did not cover that situation.
Raw, you might be right. They are the aliens. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Like we always be like, I'd be like, yo, what if an alien species come to Earth, right, and try to take over and quote unquote colonize Earth and terraform it? All of human species would unite to try to fight to survive. But what if that already happened? You know what I'm saying? What if the sky already cracked and the aliens came through? Or, you know what I'm saying, the thing that colonized you or terraformed you came through already and you didn't unite to fight, you know what I'm saying? I wonder what happened to you.
By the way, but I'm sure a good number of us are aware that that happened. But now another situation is up, and this happened a few days ago. The Egyptians are really going high. Said the Egyptian authorities had accused it of falsifying history through its.
And y'all stop playing this, like, let's stop playing this gay music. I'm sorry for saying it that way, but like, come on, man. Like, y'all stop. Every time there's some black stuff, it's like some fruity music. Like, especially with black men doing something, there's always some, some gay kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, we don't need to see that kind of stuff. Like, don't play no music at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, how about that? If you're gonna play some like soft kind of, you know what I'm saying, emotional, feminine kind of, you know what I'm saying? I ain't even saying this is feminine because black women don't mess with this either, but you know, there's always some sensitive stuff. And I ain't trying to talk about this sister. I'm thinking about other videos where I'm showing black men doing great things and they always play some soft music trying to make it seem like this dude is like soft or something. Like black masculinity is, even in those instances of showing positivity, they show it as like weak. You know what I'm saying? Like pay attention. Every time you see like a black man trying to do something great that they would highlight, it's always some like, all right, let me keep playing so I can get out of here.
Showcase of work by artists including Beyonce, Nas, and Miles Davis. The museum also said that it had received comments via social media that were racist or offensive in nature, since the industry insisted that it was no longer allowed to excavate at the.
All right. So y'all get the point, right? Y'all get the point. And that's what you get for making mulattoes with aliens, you know what I'm saying? Half Homo sapiens, you know what I'm saying? And then calling them a whole Homo sapiens, like they ain't half Homo sapiens. And I'll do this real quick because I don't got long. And if somebody want to comment on something, because it was really supposed to be about what we do with our dollars, you know what I'm saying? Instead of protesting their stuff and like, because I could have showed like T.I. outside the restaurant, like, hey, let us in and all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? Why are we still protesting and all of that stuff? Like using your things that you already have as a weapon, as the weapon, even if it's the vote, you know what I'm saying? Like, use it as the weapon that it is. If you feel like it's a weapon, it's not if you give up the power that easily. You know what I'm saying? And your dollars is more of a weapon than the vote is. So, like, not going to certain stores, we talk about the corner stores in our community, but it's more than just the corner stores. And I'm not saying, like, well, you stop going to all white stores because I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have to go to Kroger too. But you know what? That pisses me off. I don't want to go to Kroger. You know what I'm saying? I want to go to the black grocery store or the black corner store. You know what I'm saying? But they not, well, there is one where I am, you know what I'm saying? And even though, I know people will get offended because, you know what I'm saying, they're not a black American people, even though they hire like black American people, but they also hire people of color and too, you know what I'm saying? Let's just say. But they've been looking out for me since I was like 5 years old. And this is a black dude, you know what I'm saying, who holds it down. And I get it, you know what I'm saying? But hey, you gotta realize we was, you know what I'm saying, we was given this world. We didn't make it, you know what I'm saying? We was born into it. So I'll give y'all a chance, one drop at a time. And that's what we gotta realize, Raw. Like, we don't know that, like, it took them centuries to build this, generations, right? And we trying to make way that we could be free by tomorrow, you know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, we could, but unfortunately, we are not on that tip at all, you know what I'm saying? And that's just where we are right now, you know, because we letting them kill us one drop at a time, and we sitting here saying why it's okay, you know what I'm saying? And so, and by the way, Ross, so let me do this, you know, and while I give anybody a chance, let me go through the last thing. All right, let me give y'all white girl detox for the day, you know what I'm saying? Then I'm gonna get out of here if nobody come on here. All right.
I'm gonna call and have you towed. He's on my property. He's leaving. He doesn't live here. He can't leave until I move, and I'm not ready to move. I wasn't here, but for 30 seconds.
Yo, black people do a lot of splaining. What in the hell? Why? A lot of splaining. I ain't did nothing, y'all. I ain't did nothing, sir. Please, you got to believe me. Dude. Like, yo, we do a lot of explaining. And this is not to make fun of us, because, like, I'm making fun of me. Like, y'all know how I feel about this, you know. Because this is me. Like, everything that I ever say is only for black people. I don't speak for black people, because I speak to black people. And that's the only people I speak to. You know what I'm saying? Because, yo, like, it is what it is, right? Yes, I'm entitled because I'm black, and we do rule, not we used to. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of we used to. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of we got to start. I am tired of that. We got to start doing this and start doing that. Like, yo, like, do it. Like, I'm tired. Like, and as a young person, like, I'm tired of being at beginner phases over and over, just learning stuff and all that. I want to be an expert already. You know what I'm saying?
I walked in to pick up my daughter. Call your call.
You're not supposed to stand or park in somebody's driveway. You
Ma'am,
were
it's in front of
trespassing.
a building. I did not know. My car was running. My car was running the entire time.
Yo, Oni, you got a good memory, but I did not show this. I actually skipped this one. You know what I'm saying? That's why I even brought it back up, because I skipped it. But I did have it up there, but I didn't show it. And this is just the ending.
Okay, that's fine. We didn't know that.
What apartment do you live in?
Don't worry about it. I did not know.
I really don't like to show stuff twice, you know what I'm saying? And I really don't have to, but, you know, it's the fact that I never got to show it, and I wanted to show it. Well, I didn't really want to show it, but, you know, it fit.
I did not know. I didn't park in a handicap.
You don't know
My
how
car
to
was
park in
running the
somebody's
whole
driveway?
time. I was here for less than 2 minutes.
So I can go to your house
I
and park
walked
in your
in.
driveway?
Ma'am, I already apologized. I already apologized.
Miss Ann, I says I saw her now. I says I saw her now. You goes now. Like, don't say that N word. I'm just translating for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because we got 2023 lingo, but this is what it really means.
I already apologized.
Sorry, Miss Ann.
And when you're saying don't ma'am you, I'm trying to be respectful. I'm not doing anything
tries to
else.
respect you,
I'm trying
ma'am.
to back out. I picked up my
I
daughter.
don't look
I was
you
here
in the
for
eye.
2 minutes.
Okay, I've been
I
parked
keep
for
my
5,
cameras at
so
the
you
ground.
Ma'am, you have not been parked for 5. You have not. He just got here to pick up his daughter.
N word, what I tell you?
A couple minutes is 2, which is what I said I was parked here for. That's not 5.
Well, today they would be like, well, I called the police, but used to be like, I say you raped me, boy. But now they be like, I call the police and say you did something. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing.
Ma'am, I'm trying to leave.
Well, I'm trying to get home.
So get home then.
Well,
You're
I
here.
can't because you're in my way.
You're in my way. I want to back up. You being a Karen.
Yeah, Raw. The only hope we got is our children. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do this for the children because a lot of people say, like, I let my kids watch this. And if you think that I'm extreme, then you already gonna take a L, because I'm not extreme. I'm really not. You know what I'm saying? This is child friendly. This is what children need to be seeing, because a lot of us have been assimilated. If you want to have institutions, if you're tired of what the situation, if you sitting here trying to explain things, you know what I'm saying? If you are anti-racist, you're gonna have an uphill battle. You know what I'm saying? There's only one way to enforce anti-racism and make it illegal to be anti-black. You know what I'm saying? Now, knowing us, we're gonna be like, well, once we make it anti-black, let's make it anti-anything. Let's make it punish anti-chinkness too. You know what I'm saying? Especially other black people. I hope we don't be like that, but I think that once we educate, like the real definition of educate, not educate to be an American, you know what I'm saying? And that's not just to say like, you know what I'm saying, the ADOS thing, but that's like the Republican Democrat thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, and think that sounding educated means that you're saying something when really you're saying nothing, you know what I'm saying? Because the thing is, what do we have to show for it?
Because you're in my way.
You're in my way. I want to back up. You being a
This is my
Karen.
property.
This whole complex is not your property. I'm not trespassing.
I lease this garage.
Okay,
this
and that's
driveway.
fine. In 2 minutes, he can't pick up his daughter.
No, that's not a parking spot.
Okay.
And he can't pick up, but then he can't pick up no N-word. You ain't even supposed to be around your daughter. I'm sorry.
He can't pick up his daughter?
No, that's not a parking
No.
spot.
Okay. You said no.
And you're not in a parking spot. You're actually partially up in the fire lane. So let's be on that. How about
What about the rules you breaking, Ms. Ann? What about shoes now? You's not right.
we do that? No, you're entitled.
That's right, because I'm white. We rule.
Oh, okay.
Oh boy.
Yeah. That's you. That's you, right?
I'm offended by that. All right. Okay, so that was a fat white bitch, right? Because we always talk about, we could say that because we say, yo, black women is this and that, you know what I'm saying? That was a fat white bitch, you know what I'm saying? So this would be fair. But I'm pretty sure most of y'all are susceptible to this one. This is probably the one that y'all seen in the cave, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like Raw is right, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? They was the aliens, but I don't know. Maybe they wasn't as hairy as I thought they were. You know what I'm saying? Maybe this was the first one that they saw. Because a lot of brothers will still get caught up today. But guess what happened?
Yes, you are.
I'm not even from here.
Loner. This guy's being a fucking weirdo.
She's following me around to the trash can.
No, I haven't. I've been
Recording me.
around.
I back in.
And of course I
minding my own business.
Fucking weirdo.
Hey.
Damn psychopath.
Fucking weirdo.
Okay, now I have
differences between a psychopath and a sociopath is a psychopath like grow up like they like 5 years old, privileged, you know what I'm saying? Like they'll beat a homeless man with a hammer, like you know what I'm saying, like the Russians did, you know what I'm saying? Or they'll burn animals up alive, even though they're like privileged. A sociopath be like, yo, I'm hungry, so I may have to rob this store to do this, and I had to kill somebody, and it happens again. So I become desensitized to it because I see the environment around me. That's the difference between a sociopath is like more of the environment, and it's way more preventable than a psychopath. You feel me? And this is just some extra kind of stuff, but what I'm saying is you can't say with psychopaths. You can't reason with a psychopath. And when somebody becomes a sociopath, y'all tell me better than me. You can't reason with a sociopath. You know what I'm saying? But you can prevent sociopath by creating different environments for them. You know what I'm saying? Now, a psychopath, no matter what environment you give it, you know what I'm saying? You could be like, oh, we're going to abolish slavery except and allow, you know what I'm saying, white bitches to get property here, and the Germans and the whatever the other white group that we allow to the in this case the Dutch, we'll get a Dutch cookout, you know what I'm saying, going on, you know what I'm saying? This is what you invite. You can't change psychopath behavior. It's the bottom line.
to call the police.
You can go inside.
No, I'm sitting in my fucking stoop, buddy.
Or alien behavior, right? Because that fit here. Because y'all, whatever definition of alien that you have, it means outside of yourself. Even if you talk about illegal aliens, you know what I'm saying? Somebody else coming into your country, you know what I'm saying? Alien behavior cannot be changed, right? This alien behavior.
Fucking kill him.
No, it's okay.
What? You're gonna what?
Fucking kill him.
Hey,
damn.
I'm sitting in my fucking stoop, buddy.
Fucking kill him.
No, it's okay.
What? You're gonna what?
Fucking kill him.
Hey,
Hey.
You're gonna what?
what is going on? What is she doing?
She doesn't like you.
It's 2023, dude. What the hell is going on, bro? Like 6,000 years ago, we seen white bitches in the cave, and we did it to them. Even though Tanzan probably right, you know what I'm saying? She said that it was a white dude who probably raped a black woman, But I still believe it was black dudes who saw white bitches in the cave, and it was black dudes who went to Europe and seen them throwing their baby out with the bathwater. Like, ho, 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 what y'all doing? We the 5%ers here to educate everybody, you know what I'm saying? Or the 10%ers, you know what I'm saying? We here to educate you on racism. Damn, only ones that needed some damn education on how the people who you gave your information to use it against you and enslaved you. Like, add that to the damn curriculum, black people, at some point. I'm going to tell that to the next generation. Add that to the curriculum. You gave away your information, and they used that to destroy you. And that's all of them. The mulattoes that you create, you know what I'm saying? The Denisovans, the Neanderthals. Learn that stuff, you know what I'm saying? Jesus.
What is going on? What is she doing?
She doesn't like you. She feels very harassed by you.
What is she doing?
I feel very harassed by you.
Hey, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
You got a freaking weapon?
What are you doing?
Oh my God.
She broke the thing.
You have a weapon?
You have a freaking... He should be saying, I don't have a weapon. I don't have a weapon. I don't have a weapon. I feel threatened for my life. We saw earlier, if you feel threatened for your life, then it's okay. You won't get charged for murder. Apparently, he could have shot through his door if he wanted to. Apparently, right? Am I right? Oh. Yo, look at this, yo. She ran after him. It was like the Chucky doll, and he ran and shut his door. And you telling me, and people say patriarchy. You telling me that, yo, white bitches have raped black men more than the other way around? It's not an exaggeration. This is a problem. This is a problem. They can run up in your goddamn apartment and you be like, hey, please, Miss Ann, please. Just leave, Miss Ann. They's gonna hang me, Miss Ann, if they catch you in here. Please. Jesus. Dude, turn around, broke out, locked all. Yeah, like 6 locks on the door, had to chain the doors up, put a door stop in. You know what I'm saying? Put a couch against the door. Because they are aliens. She could take over his brain to activate the coon chip. The 6,000-year coon chip, and he remembered that she's a white bitch, so he has to do what she tells him to do.
Stop.
Oh man, hold on, my
Close
bad. I got.
You have a weapon?
You have a freaking weapon? Uh-oh.
Stop. Come here.
Close the door, badass.
Quit.
Oh man. One more time, yo. My bad.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
You got a freaking weapon?
What are you doing?
It's a fucking... She broke the thing.
You have a weapon?
She chased him inside. Yo, he ran to. Yo, he was quick. He shut that door quick as hell. We athletic as hell. If we knew that the athleticism could be used for more than just like making them billions of dollars, boy, I tell you, we'd be getting somewhere. We'd be cooking with high grease.
Stop. Come here.
Close the door, badass.
And he kind of was. I'm not gonna say that. Oh man. Yo, we need help, y'all. We need. I would say we need therapists, but our therapists need therapists. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what we need. Oh man. I'm gonna give y'all. All right, this is the last one, and then I'm gonna be out of here, right? Because I gotta do it. Because old, young, old, short, tall, white bitches, the white German, French, Polish, Irish, Dutch, Middle Eastern, Chink, Japanese, Korean. What's the one that everybody be like? Is black, Filipino, Mexican. Understand, bro? We are all we got at the end of the day. But white bitches is biggest. It's the most dangerous species in the universe because black men are susceptible to them. They'll have a black man running in his house, you know what I'm saying, trying to lock the door or pleading, Miss Ann, please, Miss Ann, please. Don't say I steal it from your store. Please don't ban me from your store. I want to spend my hundreds of dollars. I want to buy these big ticket items. Please, Miss Ann. I knows that they pulls me over when I get in a nice car, but I'm still gonna spend my money. Whatever makes me more comfortable in their system, Miss Ann.
Juneteenth is, excuse me, what's happening to the white people? They have a Black Miss America.
Right, like slam this door. All right, let me play it.
What's happening to the white people? They have a Black Miss America. They have a Black college. They have a Black month. What do we have? And now they have Juneteenth. Yes, I understand there was slavery. Don't get me wrong.
Don't get me wrong.
But there was also a Holocaust, and that was more recent than slavery.
Speaking of the shysters, I just had to throw that in there because y'all wanted to talk about the shysters all the time. There you go. You know what I'm saying? And until they breaking off some of their reparations, I don't want to hear a goddamn thing from them. You know what I'm saying? First, that's the first thing they got to do. Break off a check to talk to us. You know what I'm saying? Because they getting reparations. They get money from America. Hell, Obama, who we saw at the beginning, who now he talking about Tim Scott need to do something. Obama went to Israel and said, oh, this was the greatest crime in history. You know, the mulatto that he is. Because you got to have two black parents. I'm sorry. But the mulatto that he is went to Israel and said, hey, this is the worst crime in history. America needs to break off some money. Even though even back then, brothers was like, I'm going to fight for the army. But there were some brothers who bought that knowledge from the military back. And when they got back, said, oh, I'm not going to be treated like this. And you taught other black people how to use arms and help them get arms and use their military benefits. You know what I'm saying? But today, and even back then, there were some who said, hey, I'm fighting for this country. This is our country. But, you know, I'm sorry. This was about the
Don't get me wrong. But there was also a Holocaust, and that was more recent than slavery. But you don't hear the Jews saying, gimme, 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 gimme. What's the point of Juneteenth? What is it? I don't know.
All right. So, yeah, man. Y'all understand that. I just had to play that one to end it off. But, you know, I don't understand, you know, where we are mentally. It's the anti-racist pedagogy. And let me read you the definition of pedagogy before we go, because that's where we go wrong. You know what I'm saying? A pedagogy, the method and practice of teaching, especially as an academic subject or theoretical concept, right? Because I know a lot of y'all like to be like, well, race is a construct, as if, you know what I'm saying, I couldn't tell, you know what I'm saying, a sister who is well put together, or whatever I say, nicely, whatever I said before, and one of them, you know what I'm saying, a pedagogy, the method and practice of teaching, right? And my brother MG2 did a excellent one earlier about, you know what I'm saying, how DeSantis is doing the right thing about, you know what I'm saying, banning Black history teaching, because this is what I'm trying to say about the Black history course. And I wasn't able to do it this week. And I'm doing this because I had time right now, you know what I'm saying, when I've been busy. So I'm going to get back to it. We definitely going to finish the whole course because it's so interesting. You know what I'm saying? Everything all the way up to right now, until 2020, I would say, you know, then you can find the rest on here. But, you know, the method of practice and practice of teaching, especially as an academic subject or theoretical concept, you know what I'm saying? So until we can reverse this anti-racist pedagogy, right, and understand that it's okay to be about your people, because you can't hold hands at the top, you know what I'm saying? Heavy is the head that wears the crown, but it's heavier to have him standing on my back. And I know things that should piss us off don't really piss us off, but the things that supposed to piss us off and does only works for like 5 minutes, you know what I'm saying? And we got lost right now as a people, you know? So yeah, man, I ain't even mean for it to be this long. and it's like 2 hours, but I showed everything that I wanted to show. And I appreciate y'all for coming through, you know what I'm saying, and listening. And you know what I'll do? I will let Malcolm X have the last words here. So yeah, and by the way, subscribe to and I appreciate my brother MG2 because even when it's always still doing something productive when you have the opportunity. I was supposed to come on here and troll, and it took so long because I wanted to show something I think would be valuable. You know what I'm saying? But even like what he's saying about, using their system against them, and talking about trading and how to get into it and, what to do and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, not necessarily how to get into it, but you know what I'm saying? Talking about things that we need to be discussing, like we need a course on how to get into, what I'm saying, or use their systems, ways that we can get stuff like that. So I appreciate them for that inspiration. Shouts out to Bakari. I ain't mean to cut him off, and subscribe to Cassandra Cheek channel. Not only is she the truth and she bring the information, she's not just talking about it, she is about the action. And be a part of her meeting the next time where she has her meeting. We want to at least have ideas or something that we could do to get people in the school, and it's possible. You know what I'm saying? And like, she don't have kids in the elementary or the public school system. You know what I'm saying? I don't either. You know what I'm saying? But I know that it's important if I ever want to have kids one day. And like I said, Steve Bannon and it was like, yo, we're gonna put all our efforts into putting money into the school system and getting teachers and people to make policy. And it's important that you educate your children on the successes that you have, because you won a whole lot of times. You know what I'm saying? Red Summer was called Red Summer because you made it red. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference between a massacre and a riot. And it was more riots. A riot is when you fight back. It's when you shot back. You know what I'm saying? It's when you won in a lot of cases. But okay, let me let this be. Yup, exactly. MD2, a weapon or a tool, and that's the last. And oh yeah, I would say Raw first. You need to pick a time and a place. You know what I'm saying? And you already know the rest. Raw, especially from the female host, and MD2 with the words is a weapon or a tool. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm gonna let my brother Malcolm X have the last words here. You know what I'm saying?
Reason for this is the only way you can become politically independent of the white political machine is to have the support of the black masses. The only way you can get the support of the black masses is to say how they think and how they feel. And when you begin to speak to the black masses, how they feel and think, then the whites call you a racist, because you have to talk in the context of the intense degree of dissatisfaction that exists in the Negro community. Whites don't want to hear this. They want to be told that the problem is being solved. You're not solving the problem for anybody but a few hand-picked Uncle Tom Negroes who benefit from your token integration. And as long as you deal with them, you're going to be adding more powder to a keg that's inside your house that can blow you higher if it explodes than 1,000,000 megaton bombs. But when you get out here and find how the masses of black people really feel, you're too intelligent to act as you act. If you know how they really feel. And the only black man who...
Right, definitely. And in the words of my brother MD2, everything is a tool or a weapon. You better learn how to use it, or it's gonna get used against you, and that's for sure. But as always, oh yeah, and stop with this anti-racist pedagogy. You know what I'm saying? And teach on, you know what I'm saying, how can we get ahead in the next, well, I would say tomorrow, you know what I'm saying, but in the next generation, next century, whatever the hell it may take, hell, the next millennia, you know what I'm saying, where we going? How can we get ahead? And that's learning how to use everything as a tool or weapon, especially the things that's in that system that is there. Like I said, if they follow me around in the store, I'm like, yo, where is the rice at? Where is the ketchup? Where is the beans? You know what I'm saying? Where is the fried chicken? You know what I'm saying? If I'm looking for it, I'm asking them where it's at. Everything is a tool or a weapon. But as always, man, we have got to start standing for something, or we're gonna keep falling for anything.